Now, wild ones, if ever there was a day for me to say rise and shine, it is today, Sunday, November 1st, 2020. And I say rise and shine for your daily pick a card tarot reading because Phoenix has shown up today. And why that is even more significant today than, oh, I don't know, maybe any other day during the year is for the pick a card daily tarot reading today. It is the start of Dia de los Muertos. So, hola to all mijos and mijas out there. And it's the Day of the Dead, and it starts on November 1st. It culminates on November 2nd. It is the time for honoring our loved ones who've passed. It's time for celebrating the life that they had. Um, in that culture, I don't know very much that they, the Spanish cultures, that they think so very much about reincarnation as regards the Day of the Dead. But when you start to look at the colors, Phoenix is a firebird. It is all about that bright orange. It's all about the fire rising again from your own ashes. Phoenix is supposed to do it every 500 years. And you look at the marigolds that go on the altars for the Dia de los Muertos, and that's supposed, those bright colors and the bright petals are supposed to help, the ones that have crossed over find their way to God, find their way to heaven. The sugar skulls, the everything, the ascension, the ascension, it just ties in so perfectly. So I can't even wait to see what comes out for tomorrow on Monday, because for today, especially after the energies of last night, and if I'm a little draggy, y'all, and my eyes are a little puffy, and I'm, maybe not as snippy snappy as I normally am. Last night was, yeah, it was something else. And I don't know about y'all, but I did a lot of releasing. I did a lot of bringing in the Jaguar energy, the Queen of Swords energy, asking for a lot of wisdom, a lot of strength, a lot of all kinds of things. So today I had to perk up a bit in the, when I drew the Phoenix card and I knew it was the Day of the Dead or the start of the Day of the Dead, I was like, oh, where's my regalia? I almost painted my face. So when you are taking some consideration into what the Phoenix means for you on this Sunday, November 1st, remember the color of today is orange and yellow because the ruling planet is the sun, and the crown chakra is, of course, purple. But I went ahead today and I wore a yellow bandana over my crown chakra so I could really tie some of that golden sun clarity energy in, and maybe to mitigate a little bit of the heat of the Phoenix. Goodness knows I want all the power for all y'all that the Phoenix can bring in. But on the heels of last night, that's like, here's this big release, and now we're like, whoosh, with the Phoenix and the Day of the Dead and honoring the Ascension and honoring all of this. And in the Christian realm of thought, the resurrection, the Phoenix represents that resurrection that we were talking about of the Son of God, so on and so forth. And Phoenix also represents a very deep, abiding faith. So today, when you are, maybe having a little bit of a Halloween hangover, whatever that means for you, just see if you can't lighten up just a little, lighten up some of those energies. And even though Phoenix does bring a spark of life, and it does burn very bright, and it does burn very hot, you can temper that a bit. It's kind of like, do I want it lukewarm or do I want it, blazing hot? And that's up to you. Whatever you can call in for yourself today. Now, when listen, Phoenix has been described like 9,000 times by more poetic people than I, for sure, that probably even know more of the symbolism and the history and whatnot that I do. But if we take just a real quick through, kind of trip through the cultures, just to see how important Phoenix has been through everything, you take, and again, it's the day after Halloween. It was a very powerful night for me last night. Give me just a minute. And I might be reading just a little bit from my own book. It can take some, it can take some to remember all of everything that's in there. But you know, you take a look at Egypt, and it might have begun with the solar deity Bennu, the avatar of Osiris. Then well, that was kind of tied into the heron and some coloration that they put into that bird. And then, excuse me, the nesting place for Bennu was the Heliopolis, which is, of course, the temple of the sun. And in that, it's kind of thought that the phoenix, that radiance, that vibrance, that ascension, it can also represent in the collective conscious that ability to start a new life, that no matter how old you are, or no matter what's happened to you, when you decide to rise again from the ashes, very much like, Dia de los Muertos, if you have passed over and you're going to start that ascension to God, you're refreshed, you're renewed, you're young again, you're vibrant again. And that is a really, really, really big call, I think, for you guys today, especially because once hopefully you guys did some kind of, meditations, mantras, prayers, rituals in the full moon last night, and you've cleared out sacred space inside of yourself to start bringing in whatever vibrancy and color and just all the good feels that you want. You've got room for that, especially over today and tomorrow. They are really great energetic days to do that. Then when you switch over to the Eastern cultures, um, it can be said, well, not speaking about the Eastern culture, but the Native American culture, it could be said that you could liken the phoenix to their thunderbird. In the Japanese, Ho-Oh, the Chinese, I believe it's Feng Huang, if I'm not mistaken. Ho-Ho is the god of justice and fidelity, and Feng Huang is an emblem for the Empress and embodies the five noble virtues of Confucianism: charity, honesty, reliability, faithfulness, and propriety. And then, Phoenix is a great lie detector, a really great lie detector. So if today, especially last night, there could have been some trickery, perpetrated. There could have been some treats, but there definitely could have been some trickery of all kinds. Maybe you really need to see some things about the truth today. And you might want to look through the eyes of a phoenix, especially if you're experiencing a death of some kind, a death of a job, a death of a relationship. Maybe one of the things that you wanted to release last night was extra weight that you might be carrying around physically, mentally, emotionally, and you want to honor that death, and then you want to breathe new life into whatever you want to do. Goodness, goodness knows, if anybody drank as much sangria or ate as much candy as I did last night, they should probably be in a diabetic coma and maybe hooked up to some insulin. But and sangria is the perfect Halloween drink. Okay, well, there are a lot of drinks that are great for Halloween, but sangria was the one of choice. So in any event, when you start to talk about resurrection and you start to talk about rising again from your own ashes, and you start to talk about ascension, at some point the conversation really does turn to miracles. And this being a Sunday, um, I I just there are miracles to be had. There are miracles on the horizon. There are such um, it, I'm having a tough time describing it. I'm asking Spirit to send me the exact words, because there's a buoyancy, there's an excitedness, there's a almost like seeing through the eyes through rose-colored glasses or through the eyes of a child, that can be surrounding you at this time, especially with the phoenix, and you marry that energy and the colors and just the sentiments and the lore and the legend and the myth, and you marry that with the Dia de los Muertos. It can be just don't make me sing it, y'all, a whole new world. Don't make me sing it. Because there was a lot of cheese dip that went into last night too. So anyway, dairy on the throat is never helpful for singing. So it just today, no matter where you're at, what you're feeling. Even if it's for this long, just take a few seconds and think of yourself lifting, just lifting up and out of yourself. Where do you want to ascend to? What do you want to be reborn in or as? What do you want to see through the eyes of a child? What will make you so happy you just giggle and titter? And please, listen, I understand the last night, the purples, the dark colors, the grays, the silvers. I get it, right? I've been around a long time. Halloween's my favorite. Halloween's my favorite. And but today is a day of color. Today is a day of, just as bright and happy, whatever those things mean for you, and foods that really stimulate you. Um, Everything that lights up all of your five senses, your, um, uh, you know, anything that also incorporates the earth, air, fire, water, spirit, because that is part of the Dia de la Muertos, which is interesting because they, in the Mexican cultures, they do a dance called La Danza de los Tecuanes, I believe, which is the dance of the jaguars, which is crazy because just yesterday, jaguar medicine came on Samhain, on Halloween. I was like, oh my gosh. And this dance is such an energetic dance where it's an opportunity to remember and celebrate the lives of those that are departed. Well, what's interesting here is that you can have in this life parts of your life that have departed. Again, relationships, jobs, just businesses, just any kind of thing. And light some candles today. Sundays are a great day for lighting candles anyway. Make sure that the color is matching your intention. You guys know all the color meanings. The reds mean this, and the blues mean this, and the purples and the greens and whatever, and it correlates to this chakra. Just lighten up, y'all. Lighten up today a bit. Even though you might, like I said, you might have a little bit of a Halloween hangover, Samhain hangover for a lot of different reasons, not just because of the candy and the sangria and the cheese dip, but it could be emotional. It could be all kinds of things. But today, and even going into Monday, I don't know what Monday's card will bring, but I just feel like it's time to lighten up. Again, we're headed towards a day that shall not be mentioned. And if that's important to you, you can do all kinds of sacred work around that today, setting your intention, setting the calibration of what you want to happen, whatever you think rising again is going to mean, whatever you think celebrating that which is gone and that which is coming in is going to mean, whatever that means to you. Today's a great day to do it. And please, even if you got a little bit of a, you might need a Bloody Mary this morning, little hair of the dog. Uh, the, it's time to be bright. Shake it off. Drink some water. Take some aspirin. I'm not dispensing medical advice, so please don't write me, because I'm not a medical professional of any kind. This is metaphysical in nature, and that was meant to be a joke. But just do something and lighten it up. Play some Spanish music. Maybe even have some, Mex today or some kind of Spanish food that you love. Just something to kind of get you in the mood. And by the way, I always, oh my gosh, it happens every year. People are like, where did all the butterflies come from in October at the 1st of November? Well, depending on the climate you live in, certainly they could be there. But I find that, that's a huge component of Dia de los Muertos. And I find that we see a lot of butterflies, whether in person, like live butterflies, or we see, emblems of them or songs about them. So don't be surprised, because again, that's an animal of transition. That's an animal of transmutation, of shape-shifting. And so, today, I want to go back to the miracles for just a second. Today is the day to believe in miracles, you guys. So if there's a miracle that you're waiting on, you're calling in, you're wanting, please call in Phoenix as your spirit animal. Ask Phoenix to support you in creating or being able to see whatever miracles that you want to happen, because this is the day, Sunday and Monday, but in particular starting today, it's the day to have faith in your miracles. If Phoenix is your totem animal, and I know, my gosh, I probably know 100 or 150 people that have a Phoenix tattoo, no joke. It's such an enduring symbol of strength and rising again, and not letting anybody or anything keep you down for long. Um, if that's your totem, man, you've got a backbone and a will to live and a will to thrive that is unparalleled. And you know what? Whoop whoop to you. Uh, Send me a feather. Send me a feather because I whoop whoop to you. Congratulations. The world needs more of you. We all need to be more like you, right? Then, if you want to invoke Phoenix as your power animal, you might need a little bit of extra help rising again. You might need a little bit of extra help. You know, I find as people get older or they've just been through so much, they just get tired. It's not even so much that they get discouraged or they lose faith or they lose heart. They're just tired inside and out. And when it comes time where they need to rally again, even if something really matters, they're like, I got nothing. I'm out of juice. But you don't ever have to be out of juice, you guys. The universe, the animal allies, your angels, your spirit guides, God, whatever it is at all that you believe in, there's an unlimited power source there. And I mean it, unlimited. You just got to be willing to let it in. But more importantly, you've got to be willing to believe that miracles can happen. They happen every day. And you can have the miracle of rebirth brought into your life. You can see things through the eyes of a child and have that kind of fascination with everything. You know, my friends and I don't have a huge circle of friends, but the ones I have, I'm so very, very grateful for. But we tend to be cut from, you know, birds of a feather. We can have fun watching paint dry, y'all. It doesn't take much to entertain us because we can turn anything into a celebration. You know why we can do that? Because there really is something to celebrate in every moment of your life. Even if that moment is dragging you down and dragging you under and you feel like you're going down in flames, or something that you believed in or someone you believed in or something you created built from your own two little hands and it just goes up in flames, okay, let it burn. Let it burn. If you can put the fire out and salvage it, excellent. If you can't, so what? You can create it all over again, but better this time. Better, faster, stronger, like it's a bionic phoenix. And don't you worry about it. Only let it get you down for a small amount of time. Dust yourself off, pick yourself up, and up you go to ascend one more time. There is an unlimited amount of that available to you. The important part is that if you get knocked down, you get up again. You get knocked down, get yourself up again. That's it. And even if orange is not your color or yellow is not your color, flames burn blue, flames burn purple, and flames burn white. Surround yourself with whatever fire energy you need to surround yourself with. Pick yourself up by your bootstraps. You got this. And the universe and the animal allies, and I have got you too. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Always remember, you need a copy of the Ark if you're really going to work with your animal allies that closely. So pick up your copy of the Ark. Gracias por todos, mijas. And how do you say stay wild? I'm going to have to find one of my Spanish friends that speak really fluent Spanish and ask them how to say stay wild in Spanish. So stay wild, and I'll see you tomorrow. We'll see what else Dia de los Muertos brings to us. Take care, everybody.